The Bible does not directly address modern dating as we understand it today because the cultural practices of relationships and marriage were different during biblical times. However, it provides principles that can guide Christians in their approach to dating. Here is a comprehensive analysis of the topic, covering whether dating is allowed and what would be considered appropriate and reasonable based on biblical principles. 1. Dating and biblical context. Marriage as the ultimate goal. In biblical times, relationships were typically oriented toward marriage. Dating purely for fun or without the intent of seeking a lifelong partner might not align with the Bible's teachings. Key scripture, therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Genesis 2:24. No specific mentions of dating. The Bible does not explicitly mention dating, as courtship and arranged marriages were more common. However, principles related to love, purity, and relationships apply. 2. Biblical principles for dating. A. Honoring God in relationships. A dating relationship should honor God and reflect His love. Key scripture, so whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31, this means maintaining a Christ-centered relationship that prioritizes mutual respect, encouragement in faith, and spiritual growth. B. Purity and boundaries. Sexual purity is a central biblical principle. Dating should involve setting boundaries to avoid premarital sexual relations. Key scripture, for this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality. 1 Thessalonians 4:3, emotional purity is also important. Avoid forming unhealthy emotional attachments that could distract from one's faith. C. Equally yoked. Christians are advised to date and marry only other believers to ensure shared values and spiritual unity. Key scripture, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness? 2 Corinthians 6:14, a partner should encourage spiritual growth rather than hinder it. D. Wisdom and discernment. Christians are called to use wisdom when choosing a partner. Rushing into relationships without discernment can lead to heartache and conflict. Key scripture, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23, seeking counsel from trusted Christian mentors or friends can provide valuable insight. E. Mutual respect and love. Dating should reflect mutual respect, selflessness, and love, avoiding manipulation or selfish desires. Key scripture, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. 1 Corinthians 13:4-5, 3. Reasonable and appropriate practices for Christian dating. A. Intentionality. Dating should have a clear purpose, such as discerning marriage, rather than being a casual or aimless pursuit. B. Accountability. Involve others in your relationship journey, such as church leaders, family, or trusted Christian friends, to maintain accountability and ensure the relationship remains healthy. C. Prayer and guidance. Pray for wisdom, clarity, and God's guidance throughout the relationship. Trust that God will lead you to the right person in His timing. D. Respect for timing. Focus on growing individually in faith and character before entering a relationship. Relationships should not distract from one's walk with God. E. Communication and honesty. Be transparent with your partner about intentions, faith, and values to avoid misunderstandings or conflicts. 4. Risks of dating outside biblical principles. Emotional or spiritual harm from unhealthy relationships. Being drawn away from faith or compromising on biblical values. Heartbreak due to lack of intentionality or mutual goals. 5. Conclusion. Dating is not inherently wrong or disallowed in the Bible, but it should align with biblical principles of purity, mutual respect, and intentionality. Christians are called to pursue relationships in a way that honors God and reflects Christ-like love. The ultimate goal should be to discern whether the relationship is leading toward a God